Hey guys, Michael here from michaelsherlock.com. This is my
retro review of the Game Boy Color.
The Game Boy Color is the first one from Nintendo to offer a color screen. The device shipped in strawberry, grape, kiwi, dandelion, teal, and atomic purple colors, as well as several unique and special edition colors bundled with different games in the launches. The device includes an 8-bit 8 MHz processor and doubles the system RAM and video RAM to 32 kilobytes and 16 kilobytes respectively over the previous Game Boy. The screen is 160 by 144 pixels and can show 56 different colors from its 32,768 color palette. What's also nice about the screen of this particular device is it also adds basic 4-color shading to older non-color games. Unfortunately, the screen isn't backlit, so through this extension port here, various products were released that shone a light onto the screen that allowed it to be used in the dark. Giving you a quick tour of the device, you have the screen, you have your D-pad and your A and B button, your select and start button, as well as your speaker all on the front. On the side, you have your on and off switch. On the top, you have an infrared port, which was originally designed for different accessories as well as connecting different devices to each other, although this really lost support, wasn't really popular, and in the next incarnation of the Game Boy Advance was dropped. On the other side, like I mentioned before, you have your extension cable. So this different accessories could plug in, and they also had link cables to attach different Game Boys to each other. So you could be playing a Pokemon game, and you could connect the link cable and trade Pokemon or challenge each other. And you also have your volume reel here. On the back, this is just where you plug in your games. So it's just dark in there, and you attach the game. So you take your game, and the front face with the logo on it is what's on the front. You just slide it in until you hear a click, and you're good to go. And then right here, this is powered by 2 AA batteries, and you just put those in and seal it. And last but not least, on the back, you have your 3-volt DC in over here, as well as your headphone port over here. So just you flip the switch here, and you turn it on. Game Boy Color. Has the little intro. So it wants us to reset the time. So let's just lower the volume. So here's the Game Boy Color. You walk around using the D-pad. You can come in, click, talk to different people. And if you noticed, one of the things that I really like about cartridge gaming, although it couldn't store as much data as newer games, there's essentially no load times. It's almost instant access. So that's one of the things that when we got to discs and when we got to other types of digital media, stuff really took a lot longer to use and to access. With the Game Boy Color, it's almost instant access. You turn it on and you're in the game. The Game Boy Color originally retailed for $80, and I have to say this was one of the best portable consoles that I've ever used. I'm really fond of this. I mean, it's obviously not the most slim thing if we compare it to the Nokia E72 cell phone. It's much bigger than that. But this was released in 1998, I believe October 21st. So this is over 10 years old. This was the first handheld digital electronic I ever owned, and I would say it probably got me started into my interest in technology today. This is just a really high-quality device. Nintendo did a great job with the Game Boy Color. This is, again, probably one of my favorite handhelds. This is something that I would never give up. The Game Boy Color holds a place in my heart. It really got me started, and I haven't looked back since the days of my Game Boy Color. Originally, this retailed for $80, and I think it was worth every penny. If you've never used a Game Boy Color, I think it's worth the time to go and check it out because it's really the base of any current mobile platform. Again, I'm Michael Sherlock from michaelsherlock.com. What was your favorite digital device, portable handheld, or anything along those lines that got you started with your interest in technology? Was it the Game Boy Color? Was it an earlier Game Boy? Are you younger and your first thing was an iPod? I'd just like to know. Leave in the comments below. Enjoy the rest of your day.